Fear encompasses you like snow and a blizzard. Enjoy the critiques by Scott, the wizard. Enter the route on the way to hell. With imperfect vanity, we call her Mel. But the sand people cheer, and the death of Han.
Let's just call him Ron.
That's what they always tell me.
And here's our doctor who failed this intro. I give you Knealetapus.
Stupendous.
And you had to fuck up my flow.
So perfectly. I give you imperfect vanity. Oh my god.
I'm back. What's wrong?
Welcome to Reactaholics, everybody. Good night. Good night.
What?
Happy
Halloween edition. The true terror never happened.
Is
Ron,
Neil even here?
Ron, when did the rhyme end? When did the rhyme end, Ron?
Right when you came to me.
Fine, I'll finish it.
I'm sorry, honey, but a dead horse is already
only
right.
done. Knealetapus. There, we're good.
You dishonor yourself.
Only took the most important part.
Welcome to Reactaholics, everybody.
Happy Halloween!
Halloween
watch it
edition. The day of the saints and of spirits.
All right, let's introduce everybody quickly. So, Callum,
You're
can
already
stop doing
dead.
that. I'll do it again. This is Scotswizard,
Causing a
Callum,
time
buddy. How you doing?
Fine, thank you very much. I am dressed up as a Japanese samurai, and I got myself into a bit of a fight, but I think it works for the aesthetics, don't you think?
Yig it.
You didn't see it, but actually it wasn't a fight. Callum just asked me to punch him a bunch before the episode.
That's the fight I'm talking about.
It's not a fight if you want me to hit you. Okay. And of course, we got Imperfect Vanity. How you doing, Mel?
Hey, besides watching that train wreck as much as I wanted to look away, but I didn't. I'm just witchy.
Got that.
Are you like Kiki? Are you Sabrina? Or are you Wicked?
I am my own badass witch. I'm not too old, not too young, with the white hair, which I don't know if the light's making it effective, but it doesn't matter.
I see it. I see the white stripe.
Well, there's plenty of white stripes, like I even did the top of my head.
Oh, dude, and
how long did it take me, Ron? Because you guys were on the call with me when I was doing this. I just rushed this shit.
The moment you said you're gonna do it, it was like a snap, right, just like that. What even that long?
It's because I said fuck it.
I still can't go over the trauma of Infinity Warp. So.
I forgot to snap.
Oh, buddy. Well,
You're gone.
Ron, can you explain what you're dressed up as again? I kind of remember, but...
I am the soul of a dead Mets fan, and I haunt the remaining Mets fans, because if you tell me I still love them, you won't see the light of day tomorrow. That's what I do. Stay on.
A murderer. You're not even a zombie. You're just like a serial killer who thinks he's a zombie.
Someone's got to teach these Mets fans the right way, okay? They do you wrong.
Oh my God.
Not the Mets fan dealers.
And I was dressed up as the nostalgia critic. I was going to call myself the Neil-stalgia critic. But unfortunately, I'm visiting family in hell. So I just put up a selfie of me and my buddy, Lucifer.
Tell him we said what's good.
Ow! Sorry. The special guest with my costume is biting.
You are very questionable, Neil. You know that?
Yeah, I'm a little.
to complete the lore.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a cat.
We'll make an exception. We'll make an exception this one time, but that cat is traditionally banned from these shows because we just talk about him.
But he's everything. He is the master of all cute.
He's so cute that we can't think about film. We just think about Dormays.
Oh, Mr. Dornies. Oh, Mr. Dornies, my little boy. Okay, continue, sorry. Little baby, what a little.
Once again, I'm sure it's already been said, but happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Candy Day.
And also a little Reactaholics thing that not even the cast knows except for me. Stay till the end of this episode because I'm going to be announcing our first ever themed episode at the end of this one.
So we don't know about this?
We'll have a theme. Oh, trust me, you're going to love it.
Woo! Can't wait to hear this.
Mm-hmm. But with that, let's go ahead and get started with the traditional episode. Ron, want to talk about the news?
Yes, I got two for y'all. One, sad news. I know a lot of y'all have been upset about this. Netflix has been dropping some things out, sadly, according to the Hollywood Reporter and Variety. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and just recently, American Vandal have all been canceled. They will not get a new season. And it's a little heartbreaking. More for 2, 1, not so much. How y'all feel about that?
I love that you didn't even get the
So, go ahead, Neil.
You can go first, Mel. It's okay.
So, for American Vandal, is that right? American Vandals? Or Vandal?
Yeah. Vandal.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the show because everyone knows, this is my friend's apartment. That is his cat, not mine. Have a situation where I can't watch Netflix whenever I want. So, to me, it's whatever. Being, very, very indifferent about it. And what was the other one?
Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yeah, those ones, even though, like I said, I don't get the accessibility of watching Netflix whenever I want, friend's apartment, but I think that's bullshit, being which one was the one that wasn't doing great out of the Marvel shows, was it? Iron Fist makes the most sense, because that one I heard was just a disappointment at most, compared to the other ones, but come on. What's next? You're going to cancel Daredevil? I shouldn't say anything.
Let's not.
Please.
Don't.
I'm
not trying to jinx it, but knowing this, it's kind of like my quip with them about the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
Because I just binged, and this is probably why I look a little bit tired and acting a little bit tired, was I just binged the second season finally, and it was not as entertaining as the first one. So Netflix, you're not doing a good job right now. That's my opinion. Anybody else?
I got an opinion.
You are better off watching things for free on the internet. Or better yet, just purchase it when it comes out on iTunes and Amazon.
There it is.
You know what? Callum's really right. You're better off watching things on the internet. Like Reactaholics. Like and subscribe.
Well, we don't encourage pirating. We don't encourage pirating.
Unless you're dressed as a pirate, in which case...
You won't pirate our videos, would you?
I mean, I'm sure someone would. But I do have opinions on this topic. I watched all of the first season of Iron Fist. I didn't like it much, but I watched it. I watched all of Luke Cage Season 1 and the first few episodes of Luke Cage Season 2. I like it. I think they're both good shows. I binged American Vandal. I loved that shit. And I'm so sad that got canceled. I'm sad about Luke Cage too. Iron Fist, I'm like, well, whatever. But I'm really sad that Luke Cage and American Vandal got canceled because those were good shows. I haven't seen season 2 of American Vandal yet, but
which is good.
Season 1's good enough where it should have gotten a second season, and it did. So I really hope that season 2 is good. And I'm really sad that there's not going to be a season 3. I'm going to watch it slowly now.
So, would it be a bad idea if I binged it after this episode since I have the advantage of it? Or would that just make me heartbroken if I actually like the show and realizing it's canceled?
There's a season 2, so go ahead and binge it. You got a whole nother season.
You'll love it, I promise.
What are your opinions, Cal? And then we'll get to Ron's.
I just stated, through my wisdom, you're better off purchasing using iTunes and the jungles of the Amazon.
No. I don't agree with that. Because this is what Amazon and iTunes do, is that even when you purchase the movie, it can be taken away, even if and that's your money basically going down the drain if licensing or if it expires. So even if you bought it with your hard-earned cash, you're at risk of it being wiped away unless you physically download it to your hard drive. People have been noticing that problem. I used to work for Apple, so I kind of knew that was their deal.
You see, he didn't understand that because he's like an ancient samurai, so he wouldn't know. He doesn't have internet.
That's fair. I shouldn't be saying much either because I'm a witch. What do I know?
I fear I will. After that source of wisdom, I fear I might lose my treasures of Samurai Jack Season 5.
Okay. Callum, it is funny, but cool it.
But all right. But for me, as learning more about it, one, there is a chance that for American Vandal, it could get picked up by another studio. Since the only reason why Netflix got rid of it was because the studio they have making it cost them money. Same as Luke Cage and Iron Fist, because they rent it. They rent it from Marvel. So, like, it costs a lot, so they have to put money into it. And they're trying to, basically, Netflix is trying to cut down. You know, it doesn't matter if they feel like it might be good. They're being a little cheapish because they just say, we got to save some penny money. So, while there is a chance that American Vandal can be saved, I don't know if the shows of Luke Cage and Iron Fist will be saved, but there's a possibility that they could come back together. I heard that these two are very popular in the comics as a duo. So
yeah, they do Heroes for Hire, which I would love.
So
I would be completely okay
with
both getting canceled if that happens.
That's what I'm saying. So let's not say farewell. Let's just hold our hands and be like, there's a chance. There's a good chance that they could turn.
I hope so.
But
nothing is ever truly gone.
It's true.
I forgot my witches
As for my second news, my last one, if any of y'all Wonder Woman fans and you're getting excited for Wonder Woman #2 next year, I'm sorry to disappoint you. You're gonna have to wait another year. Warner Brothers has decided to move it, push it over to the following year for the summer. So, is that good? Is that smart for them? What do y'all think?
I mean,
it's better to take time with a masterpiece than to rush it.
Well, yeah, but let's be honest. If it came out during the summer, it would be competing with the next Avengers movie, Avengers 4. So this is the smartest thing they could have did. Like, they don't want that competition. That's going to rule the world for a little bit.
Does anyone know when Avengers 4 is coming up, by the way?
It should be coming out next year around April.
May.
April 2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel are coming out around the same time, which I think is neat.
Did you just say Captain Marvel twice?
Shazam's name is Captain Marvel. At least his original name was. And Shazam and Captain Marvel are coming out around the same time.
I thought Captain Marvel was coming out later.
It's pretty close. Like, it's close.
Next, you're going to be telling me that Aquaman is also known as Water Person.
To some people.
I mean...
It started like this, Callum, and then weak delivery.
There he is.
You were saying, Neil.
Well, yeah, I think it was a good idea to delay it because now they don't have to compete with Infinity War. They might have to compete with Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm not sure when that's coming out. But,
next year.
Okay. Okay, so they're going to have to deal with whatever's in 2020. This was a good idea. I stand by that they needed to delay this, and it was a smart choice. We still got Shazam next year, so I'm good.
Straightforward. That's good. ImperfectVanity, what you got?
Wait,
Mel?
what? Oh,
Your
That's
turn.
you, Mel.
my opinion about it.
Yeah.
So with the first Wonder Woman, and I'm speaking more of like a fan base, I think it was the best so far out of the DC universe, but that's just by looking at all the trash that
You're not wrong. You're not
dealt
wrong.
with.
You're not. You're very right.
But yeah, but that's basically like, I compare Wonder Woman, the same equivalence as the Ghost in the Shell, like action adaptation being like, they're close, they're at the bar, they just haven't reached over the bar yet. So I think with them delaying Wonder Woman, like first of all, I had no idea that was even a thing that they were coming out with a second Wonder Woman film, so that's good to know.
That's fine.
But I think I have to agree with Neil that I think it might be a smart choice for them, especially if they're going to be competing with movies like Avengers. It's not going to have a shot even if it's a decent film because Avengers is just going to blow it out of the water. So at least give it a fighting chance.
Exactly. There you go.
Just as long as they don't CGI an old person with an okayish armor thing.
Let's not.
As long as they do not shave someone with the magic of CGI. That CGI is dark magic.
Armor and aging people, that's fine. That they can do, but they can't remove a mustache. Don't remove a mustache.
They
Never
should
underestimate
have made him look more like he is in the comics. Even in Injustice, they should have made him like look like that instead of that. That was one of my few quips of the movie, and that's why to me it wasn't like a masterpiece like everyone was saying, being like it's not. It needs wick.
I didn't hate Justice
No,
League or anything, but you know, they're a better film. Marvel films.
But Mr. Wizard, can you tell us how you feel about Wonder Woman being moved?
Like I said before, it's better to focus on making a masterpiece than it is just to rush it. I don't think you guys know more than anything that when you rush a film, results usually aren't really good.
Right.
And the best example in a video game form would be Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I would have been a decent game if I hadn't rushed it and full of glitches and inconsistencies, etc., etc., etc. And the same goes with the DC in general, really. I mean, they've been trying to make their own films, but I am very convinced that they've just been trying to capitalize on what Marvel has been doing, and I don't necessarily blame them on that aspect. I suppose it is quite pressuring to keep up with their comic book rivals, but at the same time,
Of course.
give us good movies, please. Don't follow a certain trend. Just make good movies first. Hollywood trends second. Good storytelling movies first priority. Does it do not much harm just to do that? Just for a while. This is why I like Wonder Woman. This is why just leave it to the woman to show the men how it's all done.
And boy, did
Dude,
she.
man. He's the captain. And I'll end it with just this simple. I agree with everything y'all said. I agree 100%. And I feel that they need to ride this ship. They got two movies coming out, Aquaman and Shazam, like we've said. So let's get past those two first. Hopefully those two, like Mr. Wizard has said, they steady themselves. So then when it's time for Wonder Woman to come out the following year, then we can move on to the big things. Because instead of trying to run it like a sprint, let's do it like a marathon. One step at a time. So here's hoping. But yes, 100% right move for Warner Brothers to do. Warner Brothers, you get a thumbs up from me.
I mean, Aquaman seems to be a step in the right direction. So
Well,
So just Shazam.
yeah, maybe they're going to be good now.
There's hope.
Maybe Wonder Woman was the first of many. Yeah.
Maybe.
But speaking of the first of many, that was just the first of many discussions we will be having in this spooky Halloween themed episode.
Ooh.
So who wants to go first? I'm fine with that. What was that?
I think I skipped something. Did
What we
you
almost
want to do
skipped?
Stardust?
Can't forget
Oh, do you
about
want to
that.
get some shout outs? Go ahead. Yeah, we did almost skip that.
Right? We skipped anything Stardust. So the first thing Stardust related is, of course, everyone knows that they do a poll now on the Stardust app.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, free to download, people. Check us out there. Pretty please.
Do it.
So the question of the day, or the poll of the day, is most anticipated December release, even though it's still technically October, but that's the question. I don't get to choose them. They do. And they've been making
No
them
one gets
harder.
to choose them.
And they make them harder now. They got smart. They're now making them really difficult. So here are the choices for most anticipated December release. Aquaman or Bumblebee? I think this one's pretty hard.
I don't.
Okay, what's your vote between?
Aquaman.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Bumblebee looks pretty good, and I'm pretty sure John's in it, which is cool.
Which
but,
unfortunately couldn't be here today because he was busy.
Oh
but
my
hopefully you'll
god,
catch
we
him
have
in
an
the next
official
episode.
Transformers voice actor on the show!
Hey,
Yes,
it hasn't been clarified yet if he's in it.
He's involved somewhat, right? I don't know. We'll have to ask him.
He can't say legally, but he just knows things. That's all we can say.
He may or may not be involved. We don't know. We don't know nothing. But, yeah, so I think if you watch both the trailers, one of them looks like it could be good, and one of them looks good. Bumblebee looks like it could be good. It seems like they're finally giving us what we wanted from a Transformers movie. I'll probably see it. I've seen every Transformers movie in theaters, sadly, and I'll probably see this one too. But Aquaman looks like a joyride. Aquaman just looks really cool. I have a cousin who has loved Aquaman since he was little. I'm going to go see it with him. We're going to have a good night. I feel like that's probably going to be the better film. But in terms of which one I'm most excited for, Aquaman takes it out of the park, 100%.
Okay. Who do you think, Ron and Scott, and also to clarify as well, because I know Scott said it, John never said that he was voice acting in the Bumblebee movie. Never mentioned it.
I know that. I was just stating that he has voice acted Optimus Prime in another show, not the film series, just the cartoon show.
No, we know, but the way you word it was that he was a voice actor, and that's why I just said clarify real quick. No, he's not.
Yeah, I know. I was just really happy that we have someone who did voice Optimus Prime as part of the show. But anyway, carry on, Rob.
I say I'm down with what Mr. Neil said. I'm rocking with Aqua Bro, aka Aquaman. No disrespect to the Transformers universe, series, whatever. All right, I do have hope for Bumblebee. Like, I am actually for the first time excited for it. It's like, okay, this has promise. I am a fan of Jason Momoa as Aquaman, and while this kind of looks like your basic, origin story-ish, I'm just curious to see how they're gonna go with it. I'm really curious. I want this to be successful. If not successful, just to be good. So then be like, all right, he'll be back, and we can continue moving on with this. So what's going to get my money the first week? Y'all know. Aqua Bro, hands down. No word about that.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I'm very disappointed that Into the Spider-Verse was not an option.
They only picked two.
That would be a third option. They only do 2 options on Stardust.
They make you choose between one or the other. You have a skip option, but that means you can't view the percents and you just have to be. But you're which one are you anticipating, Scott? Bumblebee or Aquaman?
Now, I must say, you all enjoy your fish suppers, but I am feasting on the sweetest honey of my youth. I am going with Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm a little bit more familiar with the Transformers, and it looks so refreshing.
Hey,
you said we're feasting on fish dinners. What? You're eating a car, man. You're eating a robot.
It's drizzled with honey.
Oh my goodness.
There are people who can eat metal. You're surprised the gifts that God blesses on us. But anyway, Bumblebee. I guess it's just because of my hope, really. Because the Transformers franchise has just been going down and down and down, and we're all just so sick of how unnecessarily angsty and dark and just pretty much how dull it's gotten, to the point where we can predict its formula. If, in fact, Nostalgia Critic himself didn't actually see The Last Night, he just predicted what was going to happen, and he was right. That is exactly what's happened, and that is depressing. That says downright depressing.
He got one thing wrong. One thing wrong.
Do tell.
He said that a character was going to die who didn't die, but besides that, spot on.
Yeah.
Right. So, with that said, Bumblebee seems like there's more hope now. Just as Optimus Prime keeps ranting on about. It's hope that they fight for at the end, and this might finally be the dawn that we see after the darkest hour. So, to start off with, they got their G1 forms, which is really cool to see. It seems to have a much, much more lighthearted tone, which I'm also really glad to see. And it's going to give us a good old-fashioned Transformers action, and I'm happy with that. I'm just happy with lighthearted tone, humor, and all that good stuff. Aquaman, as fun as that looks, it's something about it just looks a bit generic-ish to me, just personally. Yeah.
I hate to disappoint you, Scott, but the majority rules on Stardust. 72% of Stardusters voted for Aquaman, and 28% voted for Bumblebee.
28?
Woo!
I thought it'd be close to even.
You'll find my icon in the Bumblebee section, and even have a little comment in there.
Actually, I don't see yours. I see Stephanie's, which unfortunately she couldn't make it as well. Follow her at minutemoviepop at Stardust.
She will be one of us. But in the meantime, regarding this topic, I will go my own path.
Right, but otherwise, I was expecting a little bit more of a fairer fight, but sometimes you don't get fair fights on here. Sometimes things win for a
They could always go to plan B.
But to finish up the Stardust thing, I thought I'd give a couple of shout-outs before we go on with our subject. So the first shout-out I am going to give to is Starduster, known as Movies with Fia, and you guys should check her out.
Yes.
She's been
Movies with Fia,
killing it this month. She's been slaying it this month. And she and I are very similar spirits of enjoying really older films and having just a knowledge and thirst for them, even if they're shitty.
The two of you have been binge watching a lot of Halloween movies, and the fact that it's getting your Halloween, it clearly sees the rise of the girl power here.
I haven't been watching as much horror as she has, to be honest, or I haven't been reviewing as much horror, especially since which, by the way, I am planning on finishing my Alien and Predator ranking this weekend before Halloween.
By the way, everybody, in case you're curious, I've been reviewing a fair amount of short horror movies, which you'll find around the internet, and they've been pretty interesting. I don't usually watch many horror movies, but I do take time to watch those short horror movies, and some of them are decent, but other ones, pretty good. You can see my opinions on them.
Ron, what are you reviewing? I want to hear this now. What are you reviewing?
Well, me, I've been rewatching a lot of cartoon Halloween specials. Some that have been in the past in the 90s, and also the ones that have been currently right now.
My man.
They've been a lot of fun. Some have been very underwhelming. Others, wow. I was taken back. I was like, yo, this is killing it. I love it. So who says when you get older you can stop watching cartoons? That's a bold lie.
Exactly.
You can keep watching. It's a lot of fun.
Right. Well, that's really fun that you guys are doing that, along with my Alien and Predator ranking. I mean, unfortunately, Neil can't log on to his yet, or else he'd be doing something special, I'm pretty sure.
You know, expect things on this channel. I do have a few reviews planned here and there.
Well, that's
Very good. I'm looking forward to seeing more content on this channel, Neil.
But so we can get on the topics, if you don't mind, gentlemen. I just want to finish my shout out. So, Movies with Via, definitely follow her on Stardust. It's Movies with Via. It's all one word. And then we love you a lot. You're awesome.
I have no idea who you are, but I would die for you in battle.
Oh, if she watches this, and Ron, I know you talk to her just as much as I do, make sure that she watches this episode so that way she can hear Neil's undying love.
No doubt.
We'll talk. Hit me up. We'll talk. Yeah, I'll die for you. We'll go.
But for my second shout out, I want to give it to Dawn, aka Explosive Deleted. Even though she has way more followers than I think the majority of us here, she's just a treat, and she's just so passionate and warm. And she's also been really, really, really killing it in the game. And I also noticed that she gave you a follow Friday, Callum.
Yeah, she has. After I did my little thriller dance and then did a little sing along to Bohemian Rhapsody, and she mentioned me. And I just love it when people mention me, not for any selfish reason, but just for the knowledge that I can entertain people, and it's just so pleasing.
It really is a good feeling.
With a smile on people's face.
Right. Well, Dawn for Explicit Deleted, the shout outs for you. And should we explain to our fellow Stardusters how they can possibly be in one of our episodes or multiple?
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Well, first, I want to give a shout out to my husband from far away, Sethicus Maximus. I will love you forever. I don't even know if you
Maximus anymore. Yes, where's he gone?
I don't know, but wherever he is, he has my heart with him.
You know, Neil, you and Sethicus Maximus were part of my inspiration on how to do Stardust reactions. So, hey ho.
Hey ho.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
He's blowing kisses. He's blowing kisses, people.
You're that's this photo of me and Satan. Kiss Satan, Callum.
No, I will not.
My dad.
I'm going to you, Neil. I would never do that to my arch nemesis.
Any creators on Stardust who want to be in this, go ahead and react to one of the topics we have here. Give your opinion and tag one of these beautiful people, Scotswizard, ImperfectVanity, or imjustron. Damn, he's hot. Tag one of those three, and we will.
Or they can also tag John,
Minutemoviepop, Stephanie, ImperfectVanity. That's you. minutemoviepop, Epic Voice Guy, and you know what? Tag Sethicus Maximus. Ask where he is. Bring him back. Tell him I'm waiting for him.
And we'll repeat it again at the end of the episode too. I'm pretty sure we wouldn't be opposed to that.
Oh no.
This episode was brought to you by letter A.
What?
This episode was brought to you by letter A.
There's a ghost here.
You mean Annihilation? What about Anarchy?
Let's go.
What
All
about
let's do it.
And awesomeness?
No, it's Halloween. We gotta make it fearing into the hearts of my kingdom. I mean,
the letter A and the scariest word that starts with A. Apple.
Go home, Neil. You're drunk. You've been hitting the apple cider too hard. Go
It's
home.
Reactaholics, man. I'm supposed to be drunk.
Someone, please stop that fruit of the limb. Oh, God.
Help, please. Okay, shall we? Shall we? And we'll repeat
Let's get
again how
into
you can
it.
be in the episode towards the end.
Who wants
right.
to go first? Rob, you want to do it?
Why not? I would love to start it off on the right foot if I can. All right. As you know,
You on the
Halloween
left.
not.
I think
Usher, right.
Scott froze.
Oh, he's good. He'll come out of it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Ron.
Well, as you know, Halloween is all about not only the candy, the silly costumes, and the people that give you that nasty candy corn that none of us eat at all. I'm telling you.
I
also
eat
about-
that shit. But
That
then
is such
again,
a
my
lie.
situation, I eat anything.
Such a lie. I bet though, you, like all of us, enjoy a good Halloween song. So let's ask this. In any TV special or movie, what is your favorite Halloween song?
That's my. Do you want to go first, Neil?
I got mine.
What is it?
Listen, there are a lot of Halloween songs, and it was kind of hard to choose. Like, the Ghostbusters theme is good, Thriller is great. But in terms of a song that I just find myself singing all the time that's associated with Halloween, I think we got to go with the Time Warp. We got to do the Time Warp again.
Oh my goodness.
It's so catchy and it's so simple. It's just a bunch of people doing random voices and it just screams Halloween. It's just, as you're like listening to it and singing through it, it's just so wild, so wacky, so random at points that you cannot get involved in it. Just the voices, the effort, it's a joy every time. And you can hit me with your giant purple people eaters. You can hit me with your spooky, scary skeletons and your grinning ghosts.
Hey!
The Time Warp, and I'll just go back and get away.
That,
Not
you know,
you. You.
I give you effort. I give you an effort, Cal. I give effort, Neil. But let's
Callum
see
has lost connection.
He'll
My
be back.
face is split.
It's
But-
okay. We'll just keep going. Go ahead, Ron.
Mr. Perfect Vanity, do you have something to add to this?
Although I'm just enjoying this for like a second, being like my 6-year-old self until Chris fixes it. God, I'm surprised I don't smoke pot. But, I mean, don't do drugs, kids. But
Please.
do. I don't know. So mine, he said mine. And I'm going to throw it right back at him. So, yeah, I am going to shove my grim grinning ghost, motherfucker.
Oh, here we go.
It's the first time I heard that song was, and everybody knows this story, is I used to watch every Halloween. Like, I know everyone's got that one movie that they have to watch every Halloween. Most people, it's Hocus Pocus. Most people, Nightmare Before Christmas. You know, the list goes on and on.
Welcome back, Cal.
I lost connection. This is why I don't work. My arch nemesis, hanging out with my best friend. How could you do this to me, Neil?
Calm down, bud. Calm down. It's okay. You were caught in the Time Warp. You're okay.
Yes.
Talking about Halloween songs, it's Mel's turn. You just stand there, recover. We'll get to you. Don't worry.
Drink some witch's brew. Or go give a blowjob to a ghost. It's practically the same.
Easy. Come on.
You told me to go savage this episode. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Continue, Mel.
I crack me up. Okay, so back to my story. Sorry, guys. I tend to be crude, even though I'm a lady. But, I can admit it. But everyone has that Halloween special that they watch, right? Mine, because I did not... here's a fun fact about me. I actually did not grow up with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh.
I didn't even think of those.
I didn't.
We started a parody of that earlier. I didn't even think of this as Halloween.
Right, and you all automatically fail because I brought that shit up, and you guys didn't even bring up the song.
I mentioned Great British Ghost, so I predicted your ass.
Guys,
Well,
is it strange that I see The Nightmare Before Christmas as more of a Christmas film than a Halloween film? Maybe it's because
dare you?
I see it as
I will
both.
defend my case.
Anyway,
Hold that thought. Go ahead. Perfect.
Well, let me just finish my story. So I did not grow up with Nightmare Before Christmas like most 90s kids did, right? So the one I grew up with was this Halloween special that I've only ran into maybe 2 people ever in my life who remember this special, and that is Disney's Halloween Tree. And what it basically was it was a special that they would play every Halloween when Disney was still Disney, or at least the channel was. And at least my version, it always opened up with a music video with all the Disney villains, or at least most of them.
And Donald.
And Donald Duck and the Ghost.
That brings me back to the Disney parades I would see every Halloween.
And
I used to go to the Paris every year.
And it was a music video called Grim Grinning Ghosts. Or with the song Grim Grinning Ghosts. And I loved that, and it always got me pumped before I saw the special. And the special's nothing like, most people wouldn't view it as too special because it was just a collaboration of different spooky events from Disney's past. But I enjoyed it, and the Grim Grinning Ghost song just takes me back to that moment where it's like, I enjoyed Halloween.
I agree. I like that one too. Grim Grinning Ghost come out to socialize.
Except for was the different one where they didn't do the come out to socialize. It was come out to socialize. It was that one. Because people forget that. They didn't use the full thing.
I mean, I was doing my own version, my cover. You can buy my album next week.
Neil, on iTunes.
Don't quit your day job.
On iTunes.
Your night job. Just don't try singing. That's what I'm saying. I'm good at singing. And I am Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. Give me my ruby slippers. I'm savage. You guys brought up savage in me. You insisted.
Go ahead, Cal. It's your turn, my man.
So, what is the topic? Favorite song?
Favorite Halloween song.
Favorite Halloween song. All right. Come on, guys. I did this reaction for a reason.
I knew it.
I've been to your guys' songs in my argument. I love this. Well, we're not arguing, but go on, Cal.
Thriller. Oh, it's just a classic. You got Michael Jackson singing away about different spooky things, and of course, there's the famous music video to go along with it, where the dancing is fantastic. And I've been practicing the dance for several years now, and I've pretty much know every bit, and can safely say I've done it quite smoothly. I've been doing it for quite some time. And the dance routine is just so much fun, and you got so much variety. First of all, they're just First of all, you got them turning into a cat monster, but that just turns out to be better than the movie. You got songs you did, zombie dances with the zombies, and you also got Mel, you'll love this part. Vincent Price as this creepy narrator.
I know, and I watch it for that reason still to this day. Oh, Vincent Price. Oh, I met you in your youth.
That's so beautiful.
Hey, if it's wrong for me having a crush on an old dead guy, then I don't want to be right.
I mean, we've all had crushes on old people.
To terrorize your neighborhood. That was my Vincent Price impression, and ImperfectVanity is probably going to slap me right now because he's like, no, you can never match the mastery of Vincent Price.
I'm going to say it a nicer way. I don't think you can ever get Vincent Price down. You have too much of a Scottish brogue.
Oh my goodness.
Real fast. I do want to ask this. Ron, why is Thriller, Callum, why do you think Thriller is better than Grinning Ghosts and The Time Warp?
Because it gets me in the mood for Halloween. It's just so many creepy details, and not to mention appropriate sound effects to go with the song. Have you ever noticed that? It starts with the sort of wind and creaking door, and then as the music's going along, you see.
Can I change mine? Can I change mine, please?
No,
Too late.
no,
Too late.
no, you already picked.
Such great lyrics to get you pumped up for the spooky atmosphere, especially when it comes to Vincent Price's monologuing, and music kind of builds and builds, and then to top it all off, it even ends with Vincent Price laughing, doing that evil laugh that he does, and this music video has become so popular, it's been parodied many, many times, to the point where even Shrek did it at one point, which was also quite funny and quite good.
That's
Well,
true.
I guess with me, it's like I the only time I ever affiliate Thriller with Halloween is when I actually watch the music video. Otherwise, I hear it every year, and it's earned its place as like a popular, song because it is from the King of Pop. But it's just, to me, it's not as Halloweeny anymore.
I disagree. I
mean,
think of
that's your opinion.
I think of Halloween every time I hear it. You know what else I think of Halloween every time I hear it? The Monster Mash, which is what I should have said.
Oh, dude,
You should have. You should have.
The monster.
Wait, have we heard Ron's yet? Ron, what's yours?
Go ahead, Ron.
Well, all y'all are nice and sweet, and nostalgic, as they say. That's fine, whatever. But I think y'all forgot something that's real. Okay, it's real. Scooby-Doo.
Here we go again.
Scooby-Doo has always been in our hearts, even when it's not Halloween. But there's only one movie that has this one song in it that completely in Scooby-Doo terrorizes all of us, okay? And I'm not even talking about that one song with the Hex Girls, okay? Forget Hex Girls, all right? I'm talking real, okay? Let's talk about Scooby-Doo Zombie Island, Terror Time Again. God, you don't understand. You don't get me. Terror Time Again, when I was younger, when I heard that, freaked me out, okay? It got me going and seeing all these real monsters with this song in it. Oh, rocked my world, as they said. I enjoyed it, and every time it's the Halloween month, y'all know what I'm rocking with. Keep your thrillers, okay? Keep your jabroni ones that y'all ain't even talking about.
You just said rock my world as a reference to Michael Jackson.
That was on purpose. I know. I figured that.
Ron,
but I'm going with Terrence. Go on, baby. Yes.
Ron, sit down. Dr. Knealetapus is going to be a therapist right now. What do you think the definition of the word real is?
Real.
You said that people are real.
Okay.
You're now saying that Scooby-Doo is real. You're a deranged maniac, Ronald.
I don't know. There could be some kids from the 60s who got their hippie on and smoked a lot of pot in their van, believing that they were chasing ghosts and, goblins and shit. You never know. I mean, it was based in...
It's not real is the time that Ron is saying it's real. The one time it was actual monsters and actually fake is the time Ron's like, this is real.
Well, I think we can all gain to a consensus here, though. We should feel somewhat ashamed with ourselves. And I only say somewhat because Neil did want to change his answer. So he's kind of excused. But we should all feel ashamed as nerds and ones who love Halloween so much that we did not mention any songs from Nightmare Before Christmas or even the Monster Mash song.
I have no shame.
Or
No
Giant
shame.
Purple People Eater. We didn't even
No.
reference it. Oh, I think I did it.
Yeah, you did. We didn't pick someone as our favorite, but that's just our opinion.
Mhm.
And if you don't like it, you can leave.
Ron, just real fast. What does the word real mean?
Oh my God, next. Next topic. Next
No, we
topic.
must discover this.
Who went first, Neil or Ron?
Ron went first.
Okay,
you
want-
Ron, you get to pick who's next.
I'm seeing you have that itch of going right now. So you know what? I'm throwing the ball to you, Mr. Wizard. What's your topic?
My topic. Let's get everyone into sort of nostalgic Halloween mood. What is your favorite Halloween special? Or whether it be in a television show or film or a short film that was made straight for DVD or something.
I got my answer.
Go.
Okay. So listen, I know I'm the Power Rangers guy, and everyone expects me to like talk about it.
I do.
No, I just want to bring this up. I'm not talking positively. Power Rangers has had some of the worst holiday specials in the world, but I do want to briefly bring this up. There is a character known as the Pumpkin Rapper. He is the best thing in the world. He is the best thing in the world. But no, people expect me to talk about Power Rangers here. But I also grew up watching Nickelodeon. It's one of my passions. And I gotta be honest, I really tried to find one that I like better than this. But when I thought about it, the one special that I remember distinctly and I remember everything about is the Fairly Odd Parents Halloween special, you know? The one where Timmy wishes that every costume was real. And they sing that song, and there's a big battle at the end. The whole thing is just so funny. The comedy is on point. It's such a good special.
You know, that reminds me of a Simpsons episode where everyone transforms into their costumes. That's also quite hilarious. That's just what it reminded me of. I quite like that episode. I probably won't mention that, but maybe. I don't know.
I do have one more thing to say real fast. We are going to shorten this episode to one topic each because our beautiful director and tech guy, Chris, does unfortunately have to leave a little early. But that's okay. We are still going to all get our topics out. Just speak a little rushed, guys.
As long as we have a little debate at the end, perhaps?
We'll get there. We got to do it kind of fast, but we'll do it. Don't worry about it.
All right. So
Time is ticking, my friends.
All right, up next.
Okay. Callan, you want me to pick who talks about your topic? Okay, go, Ron.
I got it. All right, look here. I get spooked easy, all right? Sometimes not as much, other times it's like that. You got to watch The Conjuring, okay? No, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. You got to watch the first... let me say it.
No.
Let me say it. You don't get me. You don't understand. You got to watch The Conjuring, okay? The Conjuring... Yeah, sit down. The Conjuring will always rock you, especially on
You
Halloween.
don't understand me, Mom. The Conjuring. It's just the best thing ever, Mom. You don't get it. You don't get it.
I literally, the time I saw this, I could not go to my car without looking around and saying, yo, what that's going to happen? What better movie to watch on Halloween with the lights off and you looking outside your window at pitch black saying the beast might come after me, the spirit might come after me. I'm telling y'all, Conjuring, Halloween, 10 hands down. That's what I got.
Conjuring, it's real.
Hashtag real.
That word is always going to be associated with you, Ron. You might as well call yourself Real Ron.
The real king of sand people.
Real sand people, Ron.
Yeah, the real king of sand.
With the quotations on the real. But here's the thing, and I know this isn't a debate, it's just my opinion, because unlike you, Ron, I'm very hard to scare when it comes to horror movies. But then again, I am not picky, but a connoisseur of sorts when it comes to actual real scares in horror movies, unlike Conjuring. But I will give you this defense. It is the best one out of the Conjuring franchise.
Word up.
I'll give you. Otherwise, it's garbage.
all right, Mel. Tell us yours. What is yours?
Yep. I'm actually very disappointed in you guys so far because Disney's Halloween treat or Disney's Halloween would be too easy. That's naturally a default of mine, but that's just because that stemmed from my childhood. But I'm torn between two. The Adventures of Ichabod Crane. And it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
That's overhyped just a little, though. You know that's overhyped just a little.
Which one?
Charlie Brown.
Well, I don't blame it for being overhyped. I mean, it is a cute story. Like, all of the episodes are like cute stories, and especially, like, if you think about them in a morbid way, they can be a little bit terrifying, especially if you decide to read theories on the internet, which are not true, but like Charlie having cancer. I'll never believe. Yeah. But that one's, of course, it should be a staple of every Halloween. That one's easier. But The Adventures of Ichabod Crane can be much more explained than yours, Ron. You think The Conjuring's scary?
I believe so. So you explain.
And you don't know what fear is. Well, here's the thing. With The Adventures of Ichabod Crane, like, it presents itself as like most cartoons then did, especially since it was made by Disney, if I remember right. But here's the thing. It starts off very cutesy, and unlike its live-action counterpart, you know, that Tim Burton did, it was the atmosphere and the wondering of what was real or not, because this was all based on a fable amongst the town of what happened to Ichabod after he, you know, ventured out to basically get the love of his life, but instead got hunted down, and nobody knows what was true. And just the fact of you walking alone in the dark, it's already a scary enough feeling as it is, and I don't care what your gender is or how strong you are or not. Especially at those times. We have things called electricity. They didn't in those times. And just knowing that there would be anything that is otherworldly that may or may not have ended him or not, that's more terrifying. And just the animation alone and the score alone and the voice acting and just everything about the atmosphere in that is scary. And
Go on.
But it's those two that I believe that should be staples of watching. I mean, yes, I'm a fan of Disney's Halloween treat, but because that one would be too easy for me, that's why I chose those two, and I'm tied between the two.
I rewatched that just because I was convinced you were going to bring that to a debate or something, and I like watched it enough to tear it apart.
Well, I'm full of surprises, so spin on it.
I will say this, and this is the last thing I will say about mine. Last thing I'll say. Ron.
Oh, God, you're playing the audio for me.
Ron, yours is arguably scary. Mel, yours is very pretty animated, and it's very creepy. Mine
Aren't you listening to the audio?
I'm listening to it. It's kind of hurting my ears.
Hold on, let me at least... Eli just started playing it.
That's double.
But you guys don't have a giant pumpkin robot mech fighting against Timmy Turner wearing a combination of Crash Nebula, Crimson Chin, Lizard Man, vampire, zombie, and janitor and ballerina costumes.
Sounds like a bad
It depends on whether you prefer more comedic or more dramatic, I suppose.
It is a bad fiction, Ron, in the best way. This is if Fairly Odd Parents did a B movie.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though, is that it's like what Callum just said. It's like it depends on whether you're looking for comedy in your Halloween specials or if you're actually looking to be even just a little bit terrified or just intriguing by the visuals alone. Like, yes, I'm not saying that the special for Fairly Odd Parents was bad, but compared to what we've picked so far, yours is the weakest, sir.
I'm saying this. Out of all of them, mine's the most Halloween-y. Mine has trick-or-treating.
Are you serious?
Costume.
No.
Yeah, mine has trick-or-treating.
No. Mine has a headless horseman with a pumpkin head and a flaming, a jack-o'-lantern, basically. And it's based on Hallows Eve. So you cannot tell me yours is the most Halloweeny. Mine is. Even the Great Pumpkin is based in Halloween. Yours is so not.
Mine is based on Halloween.
So are mine too.
Well, you chose good things too. In fact, I love both of your movies. So take that.
Do you know who I would love even more?
Movies. Yours was just only, a 30-minute special on TV?
That's all it needed, baby.
That is nice, but Mr. Wizard, what is yours as you had the topic for us?
Thank you, Ron, for transitioning to my good self. So, as for Halloween specials, there's a few that come to mind, and it's hard to pinpoint a definitive favorite. I will get to my favorite one so far, and I could pick the many Shrek-themed Halloween specials because they're quite fun, and they provide some fun Halloween treatments. There was the Gravity Falls Summerween episode, which is quite a clever combination of the summer holidays and Halloween, and talking about how Dipper and Mabel's growing up, which ties into the actual monster itself, which I just love to impersonate. Trick or treat or die.
Go quick.
I could pick any of the Treehouse of Terror episodes from The Simpsons, but for my money, and bear with me, it's not just because I'm dressed up as a samurai. I'm just picking this because it's legitimately scary. I am picking this one episode from Samurai Jack called Jack and the Haunted Mansion, I believe it's called.
Oh, I know that episode.
Yes, so for those of you who are fans of Samurai Jack, you know that it's brilliant at slow-paced atmosphere. This is where it shines here. So it starts off as usual, Jack just walking on his own, just it's like searching way back, just walking, taking in the scenery. Then he spots this little girl who's probably dropped a toy, and he goes, "Wait, you dropped something," and it's got everything. It's got a build up as the series does, but this time it's used for terrific events effect, and it helps that the show is pretty good with sound design as well. Jack follows the girl in hopes of getting back the doll, goes up the creaky steps, and then tries searching her way into the mansion, goes into the mansion, and sees that takes everything in. There's no music, and then he touches something. Then he gets a blimp of something black and white, and you get the sense something's not right here. Something is not right. And I think he eventually spots the little girl, and the girl warns him that it's not safe here. So he turns back, only to find that the way out has been blocked by a complete brick wall. And he's just going, pretty sure there was a way out here. And there's a bit more build up, and until he comes across this family who are just minding their own business, just happily having a meal, inviting Jack in. And then there's pleasant music, and then eventually the music just sort of slows down, and then you find out and then they just start spitting out this evil black ooze with pale eyes, and I'm just thinking, okay, something's not right here. Then you get the story, and this really scary demon with this incredible animation is shown that this evil demon took over this house.
Don't spoil it though. Don't spoil it though for me.
Yeah, don't spoil
it. Don't spoil it for me, please. I gotta go watch it. Don't spoil it for me.
Okay, I won't spoil it, but the demon itself is absolutely terrifying, even for children's show standards. I mean,
very nice.
The way it's animated, the way that it's the way it's presented, it's just very off-putting and just really scary, and you really have the feeling that this is something unholy. But luckily you got Jack's holy sword, but I won't spoil the rest of it. But I'm going to pick that one just because it got to me.
That's what I'm talking about. Love that. Love it. Yes. Mel, your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Did she already? Oh, no, wait, no, she didn't.
No, I did not.
Go ahead.
Remember, guys, we got to do this all a little quickly.
Of course. I acknowledge that. That's why I was, on Ron's side and everybody else's side for Cal not to spoil, because don't want to give out the whole episode. So my question is, and this one you have every right to think about, but which special or movie that it claims that it's based on a Halloween theme, do you think does not deserve to be treated as a Halloween special or film, and why?
Do you want to go first, Mel? Because I think we're all going to have to think about that.
Oh, so did you just want me to go first then?
Yes, you go first, please.
Just because I'm sure you have one in mind, and I do not.
Okay, so for me, and I might get hate because I just did a reaction on this.
Uh-oh.
The Paranormal Activity franchise.
Woo!
Yes.
There you go.
Well, here's the thing. It's horror, and I explained it to somebody in my reaction to the first one, is that, yes, the first Paranormal Activity is not the worst out of all of them, because, trust me, that franchise was only as good as its first hype train.
Of course.
Or as Eli just said in the background, it's just as good as Michael Bay's career. Sassy bitch, but he's not wrong.
Go on.
But to me, it's just like, yes, it's a horror film, but the one thing I hated was it copycatted what Saw did for a little while. Had to be the horror movie that came out every fucking Halloween. It's just like, yes, it may have horror in the name, but to me, it's not a Halloween thing. It will never be a Halloween thing. And you can also argue that I am being kind of contradicting because it's a horror movie and you watch horror movies on Halloween or in the month. But I just don't like the franchise, guys. I didn't buy into the hype. I didn't buy it. I saw through its laziness. But to me, it's what I was trying to explain in my reaction. But of course, you only get 30 seconds to do so. So I was trying to explain is that the Paranormal Activity franchise is a perfect example of, if you are a moviegoer or if you're a crit, it doesn't really matter as long as you go to see film. If you are looking for a particular thing, and in this case, a scare, you're willing to forgive a lot in the movie as long as you get scared. You're willing to forgive bad camera work. You're willing to forgive really piss poor acting. You're really willing to forgive really cheesy dialect and lines. It's forgiven as long as you get a scare. And it's not even a good scare either. It's mostly jump scares. But for me, it was like I was sitting there for the first time and doing this, being like, what? There was a scare? I was waiting for fucking ever. To me, it's not a Halloween thing. It's a horror film, and if you like it, that's on you guys. I don't expect everyone to agree with me, even though I'm right.
In between.
Okay. All right.
Kidding.
I get
I'm
you.
not right all the time.
I get you, though. But to counter that, I'm going to throw, I don't think the Purge universe, trilogy, whatever, should be qualified in Halloween.
I agree.
Because...
Wait, really?
No, I do not. Because it's more that people are afraid, like, oh, could this happen? What? This could happen in our world, guys. Look here. Calm your bridges, all right? Settle down for yourselves. Okay, look. This movie is series, whatever. It's fine for what it is. If you just want to go in there and imagine yourself in that universe and world of, like, if crime was legal for that night, fine. Go ahead. Or if you just want to watch the movie for the silliness that it has, because the first one's hilarious, and the other ones do dwell to be a little bit more serious, but still it's a little bit silly. It's fine for that, and I can deal with it. But don't throw out that you want to put this around the Halloween month and be like, oh, the Halloween film of the shush. Quiet yourself. No, you ain't. All right?
No,
You're
I'm
fun.
on your side.
I'm saying it. Exactly. If you want to have fun, let's have fun. But for Halloween, I'm sorry, y'all. You guys can kick rocks with no socks. Not wrong.
We respect everyone's opinions, but sometimes we believe we're right. And ear high five, Ron, because I agree with you on the Purge. But I hate the Purge franchise, too. I don't hate the Paranormal Activities as much as I hate the Purge franchise, but to me it's just crap, even though I haven't seen the first Purge yet, so we'll see about that one, but I bet I'm going to be disappointed.
Callum, do you want to go first, or should I? I have mine, but I'll let you go first if you want to.
Yes, I have one, and this will be very quick and swift as a river. Every terrible Hollywood remake of a classic horror movie, you name it, Nightmare on Elm Street, The Thing, that's it. Next time.
Actually, you're kind of right. I'll support you on Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll support you there.
I'll support you on The Thing because I just watched the remake, and actually that's one of the few that Eli and I actually disagree with. Because he thought it was a good adaptation. I didn't think it was. I think the only thing that it was good on. But I'll side with you on the Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll side with you on The Thing and a few others. I can't 100% side on you with the new Friday the 13th or the first, and only the first, Rob Zombie's Halloween. The second one was garbage.
Very true.
You, Neil?
I do have mine. In order to talk about this, though, I must first talk briefly about a video game. There's a game that when I was a kid scared the living hell out of me in the best way. Even though it wasn't on Halloween, this game oozed Halloween. That game was Resident Evil 4. And I love Resident Evil 4. It is such a good game. I love playing it every year. I play it every year. Me and my cousin, we sit down, we play it again.
Wow.
And there is not one single good Resident Evil movie. They're all terrible. I pick all of them. I pick every Resident Evil movie. Everyone is an insult to the characters that are in it from the games. Everyone's story is shit. The effects are bad. It's not well written. It's terrible. I hate it. And it's the worst of Hollywood movies. It keeps getting sequels because there's like one group of people who keep seeing them, hoping this will be the one. This will be the good one. And it never is, because it's never going to be the good one. They're never going to come. Just, guys, go play Resident Evil 4. Go play the games. And throw those.
What you're hating.
I'm actually really surprised that you picked all of them.
I pick them all of them. They're all terrible.
Well, we found one that is, Neil's fuck you spot.
Yeah, they're nice. Wow. And you know what? What better way to put the final? Neil, you're up next.
Did we already go through yours?
We did. We went for runs.
What was yours again? Sorry.
I picked a song.
Song, and then Callum's was favorite.
Yeah,
Halloween
favorite
special. Mine was what? Okay, I'm caught up.
Okay.
Good.
So mine is a debate question. But just because we do sort of have to hurry this along, if you think in the opening arguments you're already beat, go ahead and go out the way we always do, admit defeat, and then you're a judge. But I actually changed mine.
Okay.
Which, if all of the horror icons fought, every horror icon, which one would win? Which one would be the winner of an all-out horror icon brawl? You get to pick one.
One?
There's a wide variety here.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys need time to think about it, because I did change mine, I can go first.
Yes.
Specifically horror movie villains.
Horror movie? Hey, if you state somebody from an anime or a TV show, I'll let you have it.
Right. I was going to suggest, I was thinking Halloween Disney villains, but I was just double checking if it was specifically horror-oriented villains.
Before I say this character, I want it to be known that Jason Voorhees is my favorite horror icon. But in terms of who would win in a fight like this, I'm sorry, I gotta give it to... I came down to two people. And I'm going to have to give the edge to Freddy Krueger.
I knew you were going to pick that one.
You can't kill Freddy. Every time you kill him, somebody remembers his name and then he comes back. I was stuck between him and Pennywise the Dancing Clown. But
Pennywise would lose.
Pennywise needs to scare you. Pennywise toys with his food. Freddy toys with his food too, but you're in his world when he's going after you. The only way you can win is bring him to yours.
Hey, Callum, let him finish.
I was just about done. It's just, essentially, here's the thing. I can shoot Leatherface, and he'll die. I can shoot Michael Myers, he'll die. I can shoot Ghostface, he'll die. Freddy Krueger I can shoot, and the bullet will turn into like a bee and fly around and sting me. He has control of my dreams, and he is just there to play. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you, and he's going to win.
Callum, I know you're hearing this, what Neil said, and I can see from your reaction. Oh, no. Miss Imperfect Vanity, I see in your face, you heard what Neil said, and you're like, I can't even believe it. But don't worry, I'll set him straight. First of all, you're wrong. Second, you're wrong. Third, how dare you? Because we all know what's real. And he just came out with Mr. Michael Myers himself. Because first of all,
Tell me, Ronald.
I tell you.
Hold on.
Here it is. As you said, yes, you can shoot these guys with the bullets and the guns and the glass. How many times have we seen Michael get shot, get glass in his face? The man was thrown through everything you can thrown at him. And guess what? Just like The Undertaker, he gets right back up. There is nothing that can take out this man. And I'll say it again. Man. He ain't no spirit. He ain't no ancient monster. He's a man possessed on what? Killing you. Why? Because he can. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you. There ain't no one scarier than Mr. Myers himself.
Ron, can I just derail your argument right now and win immediately against you? Can I just say one thing to beat you immediately?
Throw me out. Go ahead. What's the punch?
You're right. He is a man. And what do humans have to do? Sleep. And the second he sleeps, Freddy can take him out instantly. He doesn't need to play games. He likes to play games, but he doesn't need to. All he needs to do is wait till Michael falls asleep and slit his throat if he wants to. Michael is a human. He has to sleep at some point. We never see him sleep. But he has to sleep.
He never sleeps.
So Freddy can kill him. If your character sleeps, Freddy can kill him.
Okay, children, before one of you, because I know all of you are going to throw in the towel eventually. Callum, would you like to go next?
I'm thinking you go next, Mel. I need more time to think about it.
I insist.
Oh my goodness.
I know you're going to pick the Predator. You're a huge Predator fan.
Oh no, that would be too easy because my Predator can die.
Ooh.
And here's the thing with both of yours, and I'll give you a hint. In some way, Neil, you may be right. Your Freddy's immortal. But if you start forgetting about him, he ceases to exist, which is worse than death. And Ron, sweet Ron.
Go ahead.
Yours might be a giant brute with a bloodlust complex and driving on berserkness and rage. But here's the thing. Your guy can die. Even though he gets back up, he can die. But also, too, he can get knocked down. Even if he doesn't die, he can get KO'd like a bitch.
Oh, respect on his name.
And then when he's asleep, my guy will get him.
Callum, what is it?
I'm thinking about two possible candidates. Imperfect Vanity, have you chosen yours yet, or are you literally just waiting for me?
No, she's waiting.
Two in my mind. I'm waiting.
She's waiting, man. Waiting for you.
Right. Okay. So horror movie icons. Am I allowed to talk about short films, or does it specifically have to be the famous horror movie icons?
You can
Icons.
throw
It has
whatever.
to be well known. It has to be well known.
Yes, I was going to say that.
Well,
you can
no.
throw whatever, but
Hmm.
it would
You have
it
to
would
be
better
able
your
to say its
face.
name, and everybody knows who it is.
Right. Okay. So I was going to pick this character called the Jester from the Jester short film series on YouTube. He's quite an intriguing character. He's essentially a street magician, and he will mess you up if you upset him in any way, i.e., not being in the Halloween spirit. And he's quite mysterious. I'm assuming he can teleport. I don't know. So I was going to pick him because he's quite mysterious and you don't know his weaknesses. And he can do all sorts of tricks on everybody. But of course, I'm not allowed to do that. So I'm going with the next possible thing. And I will admit, yes, it is possible to kill this thing. No, that sounded very obvious to John Carpenter. No. I could go with a thing, but I'm going to go with something described as the perfect organism. Yes,
Really?
That's right. I'm going with that scary, scary alien, the xenomorph.
Ooh.
I don't know if they sleep. Do they sleep?
Sometimes, but you never know. I mean, you don't know if it's awake or asleep. You can't hardly see its eyes.
God, it's hard to drink
And it does not care about anything. The only thing it cares about is eating things and duplicating itself through horrifying babies. So this alien is very stealthy, and what the horror comes from where he is, and he's also quite invulnerable himself. Michael Myers wouldn't stand a chance to him. He is mere mortal. If you try to stab him with a knife, I mean, sure, it might cut him a wee bit, but let's face it, don't forget the acid blood if you do cut him. So beware of that. Yeah, you see where I'm going with this?
Michael will die very quickly in this fight. Him, Ghostface, Leatherface, they'll be gone real fast.
Not to mention, he has sharp claws, a sharp tail, and the weird mouthy thing where it's a mouth within a mouth where he'll go, nom. Not to mention he can climb on walls, and if all goes to poop, he can call some friends and the alien queen. In fact, I probably should have put the alien queen in there, yeah. Yeah, stuff. I'm going to put the alien queen. I'm putting the queen in there. I'm putting the queen in there. I'm putting the queen in there.
All right.
There.
It's Mel's turn. Let Mel go. Because I already know how to beat the queen. All I have to do is collapse stuff on her, like Alien versus Predator. But go on, Mel.
Huh? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep during all of your boring explanations about your punk-ass characters. My bad. I did not mean to be rude.
So
I
here's
want
the
you
thing.
to know the hype is huge for yours now. I want to see who you think is better than Alien and Freddy.
One person that can't die or be taken down, and that no matter if you trap him or not, he can always get you.
Go ahead.
Because he and his race are basically living deities of hell who live on nothing but torture and pain. And that can never be eradicated. Never be eradicated, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you do. Pinhead from Hellraiser.
What is it? Who is it?
I already said it. Pinhead from Hellraiser.
Oh.
You know, Freddy is also a demon.
But here's the thing. Yours is just a mere demon that it has one weakness. Yes, he can never die, but his existence can be eradicated, which is, if you want to argue, worse than death. Being forgotten, that's a shame.
Yeah, but here's the thing. How do you forget Freddy? We've tried to forget him. He keeps coming back.
Yeah, but here's a simple way. You don't have to forget Freddy in order for my guy to beat yours. You know what all he just has to do? Your guy has the limitations of sleep. My guy does not sleep, first of all. He is always forever in torture. He's always forever bound. No, you can throw. I have counteracts with yours because yours is
one person I didn't have an argument for, and that was Pinhead. So I looked through stuff and prepared for Pinhead, knowing he'd show up. And I have a line from the movie that instantly makes it where Pinhead would not even participate in the fight.
We are not counting participation.
The Hellbites.
Go ahead.
They make it where what they care about is balance. They don't care if it's negative balance or positive balance. They just care about a balance. So he wouldn't participate in this big fight where like a bunch of people are going to die because that tips the other half of the balance, especially because these people naturally kill people.
And here's the thing, though. You may have a point, though, with your characters naturally killing. And you have a fair point. They have the balance. But here's the thing. Michael throws off the balance. What mortal can live through everything without any explanation, unlike your character?
The answer is incompetence. Michael lives through incompetence.
No, and that doesn't count. It's still an imbalance. Your character basically throws off the balance, too. Haunting as many kids as they want, or haunting as many people as he wants without a limit, just to seek what? Revenge?
All right, You're right. He's limited to Greenwood and Elm Street.
It doesn't matter. It still throws off the balance of that neighborhood. How do you not know that? How do you know what their balance is? If it's the universe, they even focus on the tiniest of places, even a town.
Okay. We've got all our arguments out there. Is there anybody who wants to throw in the towel, Ron?
Can I eradicate Alien real quick? Because Alien's the first one to go.
I know when I'm beat. As much as I want to put respect on the name of Mr. Myers himself.
You're giving up on him that quickly? You don't respect him.
Look here. I did what I could. I did not expect y'all to go guns a-blazing. I didn't expect you guys to be this prepared.
We gotta do this quick.
Sadly, I'm out of this race.
Later.
I'm out.
All right. Mel, go ahead and destroy Alien real fast, and then we'll fight it out.
Okay,
this alien queen has an army, by the way.
Doesn't matter.
You get one.
You only get either alien queen or just alien. It's her being solo one-on-one.
A face hugger and the alien queen. A face hugger and the alien queen. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, we will charge at this pin freak. We will give all we got. We're going to have acid blood pouring down on him if he even scratches them. And then when he's not looking, a face hugger's going to sneak up behind him and then go... And then we get an awkward pin-headed xenomorph.
Here's the thing, though, that you're missing. Your aliens can be killed. My guy lives for pain. You throw acid on him, he's just going to enjoy it and hate it at the same time. He lives for torture. Every single day he's being tortured. So you really think that face huggers and acid blood and chomping him to bits is going to even faze him? No, he tortures people and gets tortured himself on a constant daily basis every second. You know what he would just do to your aliens? Eat them. Like they were nothing but chicken. Fry them. Bake them.
Oh.
That's one thing that your guy doesn't got on mine. Yours can be killed. And it's been proven. Even if he throws you into space.
Woo.
Now, what about a Freddy Krueger on the other hand?
Oh, where are you admitting your will? Or are you admitting that your guy lost?
Are you admitting defeat, Callum?
I will put up a decent fight. I'm just considering the other side of the argument for the time being. What if there was a whole alien army with the alien queen against Freddy Krueger?
I mean, everybody sleeps, dude. Every living thing sleeps. Now, Pinhead may be the exception to this, but since the aliens sleep, I don't need to deal with that acid. I can kill them in their sleep. Now, with Pinhead, I will issue you this. What lives longer than a memory? I get the Pinhead probably, like, any Nightmare Freddy can give Pinhead, like, obviously. He's gonna love that shit. But what I will give to Pinhead versus Freddy is one of them can never die. And I'm pretty sure the Hellbites can die. I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure they can.
Nope. They cannot die.
One of them killed, can't they kill each other?
No. Not in a technical sense. Like, yes, the closest that Pinhead has been close to death is that, yeah, he was eradicated, but technically he didn't die. He just became the embodiment of hell. So actually killing him would actually make it worse in your situation. Because he wouldn't technically die. He would just be the embodiment of hell and you're fucked.
I'm still confident. Maybe he doesn't sleep, and if he does, he'll enjoy whatever torture Freddy cooks up for him. But here's the thing. If Freddy and Pinhead went at each other, one of them is just there to have fun and murder people for the sake of murdering. One cares about balance. So I think that Pinhead would be more worried about what would happen each time he kills somebody. Like, how would this affect the balance? To where Freddy is just going at him like, oh, there's Michael Myers. Slit your throat while you're awake. I don't need to wait till you're asleep.
I think you misunderstand their balance concept. It's they don't care about balance. That's the problem that you seem to be misreading. And which sucks because that
once a very long time ago. So I may be.
So that's going to be my argument. So yes, they're about balance, but they don't care how it's done.
But
they don't
how
care
would
if you kill
Freddy?
It's very, 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 very simple. You asked what lasts longer than a memory? Time. They've been around before Freddy was even a thought in the universe. Memories eventually fade. Legends eventually fade. Some are even forgotten or starting to slowly forget. Like, yes, do we remember the Greeks? Absolutely, but we don't remember how they were. To the point that Greek mythos, a lot of stories are not known or they're misconstrued over time. Time, though, doesn't go away. It continues on without anybody. And that's all they've had is time. So that's the one way that he would beat him. And also, too, he has the power to bring anybody in to hell. Doesn't matter if you're a demon or not. It doesn't matter if you're human or not. It doesn't matter if you only appear in dreams. All he just has to do, be right there with you, be right there with Freddy, being like, hey, guess what? You coming with me, and pulls him out. Because it has been established if Freddy so happened to get out, he would be at his most weakest point. And help. And Pinhead has the. What?
He did. I'm sorry I'm interrupting. We just got to really hurry. I'm getting a lot of messages saying, end it. But I will say this. Freddy's been okay when he went to hell. I'm going to be honest. If they were to fight hand-to-hand, I think it would be a standstill. But in terms of the legend disappearing thing, I'll say this. I can't remember every president ever. You know, these men who have changed our, like, country for the better or the worse. I remember Adolf Hitler's name. I remember Vladimir Putin's name. I remember a lot of murderers that tried to do genocide. And Freddy Krueger, he is murdering in bulk. And that's it. I close my argument there. Ron, old valuable judge. Go ahead. We gotta end this, buddy.
All right. I got the victor already set in stone because you know what? It is what it is. You almost had me, Mel. Mel, I think you almost won me over.
Are you serious?
Mel, you almost won me over because You almost did because of that shocked face, because today's your lucky day. You're the victor. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Neil. I'm sorry.
What?
Freddy's cool. Freddy's cool. But you ain't the victor today, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen.
On me. What was going on there?
And I was trying to build suspense. And ImperfectVanity, you are the winner.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, the Pinhead beat me. Like, I spent so much time preparing for Pinhead. But guys,
Dude, do you want to remind them real quick before the episode and without any interruptions this time of how somebody can be a part of the next episode in any way, shape, or form?
I will mention that real fast, and then I will say what the next episode's theme is going to be. But first and foremost, if you would like to be in this episode, please answer one of the questions we have asked here today. Tag ImperfectVanity, minutemoviepop, imjustron, Scotswizard, or Epic Voice Guy with your answer. And you know what? You might pop up in an episode, or we might ask you to be a guest. Work hard on this video, and we'll see. But with that, I would love to announce the theme for next time's episode. And every topic and everything we do will have something to do with Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah! Oh, yes!
That sounds
this is why I didn't chat with you guys. I knew this was going to be okay.
We weren't seeing this coming. We weren't.
Can't wait.
Dude, bring
Can't
it
wait.
on. I wish I had a Batman animated series first.
And with that, guys, this has been Reactaholics. Let's say bye to everybody. Ron, thank you for being here.
Y'all have a good Halloween. Be good.
Have a happy Halloween, everybody. Bye, Mel. ImperfectVanity. Thank you, Chris. You can find him at his Twitch channel. It will be in the description. Along with find all of us.
Can you say his Twitch one more time? He was just talking over
I didn't say it. It's in the description. I liked your song, Callum. It's okay.
I know, but I just couldn't hear it either. But thank you guys. We love you. And also,
Happy Halloween.